been producing shows for Cruising Authority now for about 2 years. It's pretty clear why I do it. I'm passionate about the cruise industry. It's amazing how a little show like The Love Boat can have such a huge impact on an entire industry. I was recently in Southern California and I met up with Gavin MacLeod, who played the captain on The Love Boat. What a wonderful man. He's had such a colorful career, and it was such a thrill to be able to sit down with him and talk with him about his role as the spokesperson for Princess Cruises. This is Barry with Cruising Authority at cruisetalkshow.com, and I'm here with an icon in the cruise industry who played Captain Stubing on The Love Boat. We're here with Gavin MacLeod. Gavin, it is such a pleasure to be here with you.
It's my pleasure, Barry.
Now, Gavin, tell us a little bit about your work as the spokesperson for Princess.
Well, you're looking at a happy camper here. We started the series in 1977. I had never been on a cruise ship. And at that time, Princess only had 2 cruise ships. We had about 620 passengers each. And so, we kept using Princess cruises all the time. In Mexico, we'd be out 6 weeks a year, and then we go to Europe. And it was just a wonderful experience. And so the series was about to end, and in the last series, I married my old dear friend Marion Ross, and I was so happy about that. And then we decided to go on the road and to play, she and my wife and I, and we were doing Never Too Late, and we finally wound up in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And one day I came home from work, and Max Hall, who was the head of public relations at Princess at that time, said, "Gavin, we just had a meeting." I said, "Yes," and he said, "Well, we have an idea. What do you think about being the spokesperson for Princess Cruises?" I said, "Max, it's perfect. I don't even have to discuss this with Patty. That's my wife." I said, "This is perfect. Let's put it together." Well, that was the beginning of it, and now we have 17 mega ships. We had 18. We're selling them off here and there and so forth. It's just, and to see what's happened to the cruise industry is incredible. But Princess, we call it escape completely, and I have never escaped more completely as when I'm on a Princess ship. When I'm at sea, I don't care about ports. I've seen enough in my day, but when I'm at sea, the peace of being at sea, on my deck, and usually I have the Bible with me, but boy, I want to tell you, it is truly escaping completely. I've had the great pleasure of working with some of the nicest people I have ever worked with in my life. It's like a family up there in the public relations office, and all the offices there. And we're going out next Friday to we're having a big Valentine's Day cruise, all about love, a forum on love. And we have some of the most acclaimed experts on love that are going to be on the ship. Emily Post's granddaughter. I never knew there were manners about love, but I guess that's in there too. I'll be talking, and other people will be talking. I'll do Q&As. Princess has done 1 hour and 14 minutes of my life. I'm so proud of this video they've done of my life. So they'll be showing that on the huge screen. One of the things I love about our ships is some of them have got this huge screen, 70 by 35 feet aft.
Right.
You can see, you can have your popcorn there, you can sit out and be in the pool out there, and you can watch. We watched the Academy Awards there one night. And then you're going to watch my thing, and then I'm going to show up and I do my kind of questions and answers and some Mary Tyler Moore kind of cute things that I wear. I come out with one of the wigs I wore from the Mary Tyler Moore show. Let me get into it that way. And I talk about how important Princess has always been to me, because I've seen it grow from this into this. And I have to say, in all the years I've been doing this, Mickey Aronson is one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He has this whole 7 or 8, I don't know how many lines now.
He's got quite a few cruise lines, right?
Yeah, and he sneaked. He was on the ship. Ruby Princess went out last year, and they happened to show my movie on the big screen in the big theater, and then I did my stuff afterwards. And immediately, I got a email from him. I had no idea he was in the theater, and he said the nicest things. I can't repeat them because it sounds like I'm pushing my own buttons, but the nicest things about me and my contribution to Princess, he didn't have to do that. He did that. And then Christmas time, he just sent me a wonderful thing on email. Didn't have to do that either. So those are the kind of people you want to, go out of your way for, because when you get a recognition, especially after being around as long as I have, and I've seen the growth, not of the whole cruise industry, but Princess, and that's my home, and I'm so proud to be working with all those people.
The Love Boat had a huge impact in the cruise industry.
Let's face it, even the people that weren't born when the Love Boat was on, they're still making livings by the cruise industry. And the thing I like about, I do a lot of teaching, kind of DVDs and lessons, and we show them on all the ships. And because of the people we employ, there are so many, they're from every nation in the world, just about. And they have to, and I met a guy from Cairo. He said, I had to interview 5 times before they accepted me. Well, they hire all these people from all over the world, and they get to know each other, and so they celebrate not their differences, they celebrate the things they have in common, which is basically caring for each other. A lot of love exists on those cruise ships, and that's one of the things we teach the employees. We have a program called Cruise, a cruise program, and they see different movies every month, and the winners will get they are submitted by some of the passengers, and the one with the most votes gets a little gift, and it works very well.
Which ships do you prefer, the bigger ships now or the smaller ships?
Well, I don't want to say this because big ships are good for business, but I like the little ones. I mean, little 620 passengers. But we bought 2 Renaissance ships some years ago, and I was on the Tahitian Princess. And I never thought I could fall in love with a ship, but I fell in love with that ship. And the suite we had was far aft, and the balcony was half the ship going around like that. And you got to know the performers because it wasn't a huge, big stage, but it was like where the dancers took, and most of those performers are from Australia. Patty and I always got a chance to mix with those because, we're all the same people. And at that time, they had a lecturer from the big band era. And I was a kid when the big bands were around, and that was packed. They had, I don't know, there's a sense of intimacy. You get to know the people you want to get to know more than when you're on a big ship. Though that you have choices, but I do like the small ones, and especially that one.
Do you get to put on the captain suit every once in a while?
No, I never do that. That's part of my contract. I do put the hat on.
Oh, okay.
It looks kind of silly with everything else I'm wearing, but I do that. And I just love the people I work with. Julie Benson is my boss, and everybody else in that office. It's a wonderful family, and I'm kind of like the father now. I've been there for so long, and we're all there for one good reason. That's to sell cruises, make people aware what Princess offers. And I tell you, I'm in love with that 75 by 30-foot screen back there.
Well, Gavin, thank you so much for being on Cruising Authority. It really was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Barry. Escape completely with Princess.
These are challenging economic times, but one thing people just don't want to give up is their vacation. I have worked in the cruise industry for 25 years. I used to sell cruises out of my dorm room in college. I used to work as an entertainer and a cruise director on the ships, and I even did some consulting work for the travel agent community to show them how to improve their sales. So I have some pretty significant contacts in the industry. If anyone is considering a cruise, I can get them connected to a cruise broker who can offer them the best possible rates, amenities, discounts, upgrades, and overall service. These brokers can often offer even better rates and amenities than if you were to book directly with the cruise lines. So for anyone who wants to escape completely with Princess, I can get you connected to a cruise broker, a cruise expert, who won't charge you any extra fees. I don't want to reveal these cruise brokers on the air, so for those who want to get the best possible deals on their next cruise, I can hook you up. Just send me an email at cruisetalkshow@aol.com.
Hi, Gavin MacLeod here. I played Captain Stubing on the Love Boat television series many, many years ago, but have you been to cruisetalkshow.com? The Cruising Authority guest list is like a who's who of the cruise industry, and I want to encourage you to check it out. Be sure to subscribe to the talk show or the YouTube channel so you don't miss anything. Like Barry always says, I want to wish you smooth seas.